Good morning, everybody. We are live here at CPhI at Flow Sciences booth 1725. I want to thank everybody who's joining us on live stream from work or home. We're going to be talking about our new product announcements today. So we are announcing 3 new products for 2021. Our Nitrogenema 2, our Isolator, and our Analytical Process Isolator. And these products are coming out of our facility in Leland, North Carolina. We're a 45,000 square foot containment solution manufacturing facility. And we are all in one building. So our sales team, project managers, our engineering and design team, our lab staff, and our leadership. We are all under one roof, and we do that so we can work together as a team to work with you to solve your containment problems and build you a containment solution that's going to enclose your process, protect your worker, and protect your product. And how do these new products come about? Well, they really come about from looking at what is going on in our industry right now. What are the challenges that our clients are facing? And then special requests from our clients themselves. So some of our products have actually come about from a customization and then a repeat request, whether from the same client or a new client, or us seeing a change in the industry and adapting to that to make sure that you can continue to grow and be successful in your product production. The first product we're going to look at is actually the Nitrogenema 2, which is right here behind me. This product is going to be able to control humidity and oxygen levels for you. So if you're looking for that low humidity, low oxygen control, this may be the right solution for you. This unit is a 2nd generation, so this particular one we've done with polypropylene construction. And why is that important for you? That's going to give it versatility. So our equipment allows us to then customize the transfer ports and your entry ports of your materials. So you can see here on my right, we have our transfer port for the Nitrogenema 2. So this can go on either side. It can also connect to another unit, whether that's a flow science unit or a piece of equipment you already have in your facility, so that you can continue your process through pass-through chambers instead of pulling it out of containment, putting it back into containment. It also allows you to customize your waste transfer options and your product transfer options. So that polypropylene construction has allowed us to do this full process linkage if necessary. You can put this right on a lab bench if you need it to be versatile in your lab, or you can put it on one of our tables. We have standard tables, stainless steel. We can do stationary or wheels. And this particular one that you see sitting here is actually our ADA lift table, which is really great for someone like me who's very short in stature. So if you're working for a long period of time, you can adjust this ergonomically to work for your process and your variety of staff that you maybe have doing that, or if you're using it for multiple processes. The other great thing about this is it has a front lift door. So I actually used to be a client for many years of Flow Science, so I have several pieces of their equipment in my previous facility, and we actually purchased a Nitrogenema, the original version, and did a customization so we could have a front lift door. And we did that because we had a lot of large equipment that we needed to put in and out for containment and getting that low oxygen, low humidity control. We were going to have process changes on a regular basis. So if you do need full access, that equipment's going to need to be moved out of there or switched or worked on. Instead of having to figure out how to get it in there with the entry port or leave it in there long term, you can actually use this front lift door for that. While we have this open, you can see our back panel there. That's actually a customizable back panel, and we've done that as well with the polypropylene construction so that we can adapt to whatever valves, input you may need, whether it's networking cable, you need a ROX port, whatever you might need. If you need to plumb additional materials into the unit, that all can be customized without changing the unit itself. So that customizable back port gives you real flexibility in adapting it to your process. The other thing we've done is we look at ergonomics. So not only are we trying to adapt to the potency levels in the industry and the different atmospheric conditions, but we want to think about ergonomics. These are going to be utilized by an end user, and some of those processes are going to be time consuming. So your employees are comfortable and efficient and effective. We've actually done larger glove ports on all of our units. And that allows you to have better mobility, better comfort while you're working in the unit. And again, that ADA lift table is an option, especially when you're looking at a unit like this where you're going to be working in gloves. You want to have that comfortability. So this unit, like I said, is low oxygen, low humidity. So the last thing I want to talk about is our metering system. So if you're working with inert gases now and you're doing it manually, you're obviously taking a lot of time. You have the risk of being inconsistent with the amount of gas you're using, and then obviously wasting gas is a concern economically. So by having our metering system, you can put in a set point, and that's going to purge to that level, and then it's going to maintain, so that you're not worrying about different individuals trying to adjust in different ways, having different levels in that unit. Our metering system is going to take care of that for you. The next unit we're going to talk about is our Analytical Process Isolator. That unit is not on the floor today, so if you're here at CPhI with us, we do have literature on this. If you're online, check out our website for our standard products, our Analytical Process Isolator. So this unit is for high potency API work. So you're going to get a glove box workstation for containment. It's going to have the ISO 5 cleanliness, if you're looking for that for your product. And then it's going to give you this additional step with an open phase ventilated balance enclosure actually linked to it. So what we've done is we take our standard glove box series, we've linked it to the ETA with a transfer port lift door, and that allows you to do additional decontamination and cleaning. And why would you do that? So if you're going to do material manipulation in your glove box setting, and you do your cleaning procedure per your facilities, operating procedures, and there's any concern, especially with OEB4 and OEB5 materials, that there could be a residue, you're worried about pulling that out of containment and moving it to the next step of the process, or maybe into another part of your facility, you want to protect your workers. This allows you to do your cleaning in the glove box, move it through the transfer port into the open phase negative pressure system, still giving you containment down to 10 nanograms per cubic meter. You're not doing product manipulation at this point, so you close containers. You're doing to have the ability to do a better visual inspection and an additional step of cleaning in lower grade PPE. So you're not going to be in the full sleeve. You're going to be able to be working in a nitrile, maybe a disposable sleeve, so you have better dexterity and you can do a better cleaning process before you remove that material from containment to the next step of the process. This unit also polypropylene construction, so you can link it to another step if you need to link it into the nitrogen tube, which is still here behind me, or you're going to move that over to another glove box for another step of the process into another piece of equipment. That's going to allow you to customize that with linkability to our other pieces of equipment, or again, if you already have equipment in your laboratory, we'll work with you to adapt to that step of the process. The last unit we're going to talk about today is actually our Isolator, and it's the star of our show. So we're going to take a walk across the booth here at CPhI over to our Isolator. So this unit also has atmospheric control, so we can still do low humidity and low oxygen like we could in our new Nitrogen 2, but this is under negative pressure. So if you're working with high potency APIs, you need atmospheric controls as well. This is going to allow you to do that with the additional protection to your worker. So if you do have a glove breach, per se, and you're worried about losing containment, exposing that worker, this is still going to be pulling air through the unit on negative pressure, so you're not going to have that risk to your employees. It is our glove box, so it is going to work under that ISO 5 cleanliness standard, and that makes it, again, really versatile, really flexible for your processes. So if you need a glove box, and occasionally you're going to need humidity controls or oxygen controls, or you're going to need that more, but occasionally just need the glove box, you're not going to need multiple pieces of equipment. You can use this one piece for multiple processes if necessary. This unit, again, polypropylene construction, so that we can do the links. We have our transfer port here on this unit on my left, and then over on the opposite side, we have our continuous liner. We do a lot of work with original equipment manufacturers. We want to make sure that what you're using for powder transfer devices are going to work with our equipment. So we've done a lot of work with the industry to make sure that those fittings are going to adapt to our equipment. And then we've done work where we've designed fittings for ourselves. So these are unique to Flow Science, and that continuous liner is one of those. So if you're at home watching, check out the website. If you're here at CPhI, when you get a chance, go on flowsciences.com, and you can see how that product's been developed and how that works. It's allowing you to dispose your API material, again, high potency, we're talking about OEB4, OEB5, into a containment bag that is sealed so that you're not having any risks to your workers in that transfer process and disposal process. So we have that unique to Flow Science. We do also work with other equipment manufacturers, waste disposal systems. Again, because of the construction, we can adapt to that. And then we also have our bag in, bag out system. So if you're on our website, check that out as well. So this is a double HEPA filtration, and we use a 4-inch HEPA, so we're extending the life of that filter for you. You're not going to be changing that as often. And then the bag out system for your primary HEPA allows you to do your change out of that HEPA while the unit is running and you're in laboratory operations. So we give you that ability to do that safely and not affect your laboratory at the same time. That'll pull that HEPA out. It'll seal that in the bag, protect your worker. You can dispose of that and then replace. Again, all videoed on our website, so please take the time to take a look at that. The other unique feature about our dry Isolator is we do have HEPA filtration in the lateral flow when you're working in the low humidity control mode. And we've thought about ergonomics with this, ease of use and efficiency, even for this step of the process. So while I'm talking to you, I'm actually going to show you how to change out the filter. So on the ceiling here, we have a pull down plate where the filters for the lateral flow are stored. And we have 2 knobs that we can turn, okay? And then we're gonna pull down, and you can see we have 3 HEPA filters there. So I did that with one hand while I'm talking with a microphone and not looking what I'm doing. So we've made this really easy for everyone to do. You can then remove those. You're in containment, so even those filters will be bagged out. On this unit, we would use the continuous liner system, or if you had a different disposal system in place, we would be able to do that all within containment. And then we would put those HEPAs, the new ones, back in and replace that seal and lock that in place, which I all did with one hand while talking on the microphone. So again, we have this on a standard table. Again, ADA table is definitely something to think about with your glove box. We also have our Plc Controller System, which is not unique or new, but it has come a long way. So we're very proud of our new PLC controller with the dry Isolator in particular. So this unit, although it's a standard product, we're going to talk to you about your process, and we're going to have to customize what operations you want that PLC panel to do for you. So one of the things we do is we have administrative features. So if you would like to control who can program the safety interlock. So all these doors are safety interlocked. You cannot open one if the other is open. It won't allow you to do that without an access code. You can decide who's going to be assigned those codes and who is not. It's also great for GMP. So if you need to show reproducibility in your results, you need to pull up that this was at a particular oxygen level at a specific time. That controller is also going to do that for you. So we're very excited about that. A lot of development has gone into this unit, which is why it's our star of the show today. So again, if you're looking for negative pressure, low oxygen, low humidity, this may be the solution for you. So what we want to do is we want to talk to you. We understand what your containment concerns are. What situation are you trying to work through? And then we're going to decide what is the best recommendation. So we're going to need to understand the entire process, how that material is moving, and we're going to make a recommendation of one of our standard products or a customization. Now, I did say while I was talking about all 3, we can customize the standard products. What that means is our standard products are designed that it has multiple options, whether it's a change in size, you want a 6-foot or an 8-foot. If you're looking for a transfer port on one side versus the other, again, those back customizable plates on our new products right now, we can do for you. So those are all still standard products with customizable options. And if one of those is not the right solution, then we can customize from scratch. So if we need to do localized containment, let's say you have an oven, you just need containment around the entrance when you're putting material in and removing it, we can build containment for you around that particular part of the process. Or you may have a large piece of equipment, the entire process needs to be enclosed. Maybe our standard sizes aren't quite right for that, and we're just doing an adaptation or customization on depth or height or both. Again, being able to chain these together and link them up to fully encompass your process so you're not pulling material out in between steps. You're allowing that containment to continue through the entire process and protect your worker, protect your product. Really, really important feature for us under our customization. And then lastly, maybe you're doing large scale. If you're in manufacturing and you're looking for a large scale process, we recently did a process last year that was 11 feet tall. We built a containment device around that entire, all those steps, and it required us to build a new lab so we could certify it effectively for the client. So we can solve any of your containment needs. We just need to know what your process is. So we thank you for joining us today. If you are here at CPhI and you can hear my presentation and you're interested, stop by 1725. Jason, Josh, and myself, I'm Rachel, will be here until the end of the show. If you're watching from home, please check out the website. Fill out that contact form, tell us what your containment need is, and one of our Flow Sciences employees will be in touch with you to help work through that process. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks so much.
Wow, nice job.
Make it worse by being weird.